like hitting littler gaps and stuff fluidly is one thing that I'm trying to work on, and like overall smoothness of line and flow and stuff. I'm still, you know, working on that. I think everyone's working on their like so-called flow or whatever. So I've always had a problem with shaky hands. It's part adrenaline and part just, I don't know, man, circulation or whatever, but I've always had it. So I've learned to fly around it, basically. Usually I get through it within X number of packs, but yeah, that first pack or whatever, I'm just a bit, I don't know, nervous and shaky, and you know, the quad's just going like that. I did a lot of work on how to make the way I sit and the way I handle the sticks more consistent. I've padded my Taranix on the, you know, with these like crude foam pads and stuff, so that I can get a way better like grip on the thing, so it's not sliding everywhere. So that when I fly, I kind of have a grip on the top. I have a little grip on the back with my pinkies. So I'm gripping the radio a lot here and not so much like grabbing onto the sticks to hold the radio in one place. Another thing that I find helps out is my stance. So when I'm flying, I'm usually planting the radio and planting my feet in a consistent position so that my body's in a consistent spot. And that's where having a good FPV chair helps out. I usually don't deflect my sticks a lot, like to the limits. I'm usually kind of in the mid-range. It's just the way that I set my rates up because my fingers are shaky. So a lot of the time when I go all one way and back, I'll shake somewhere like along the way and messes everything up. So I've kind of set the rates up to be, they're around 950, and I've set them up so that I don't have to move my fingers too much, so that it helps me keep my fingers smooth. My quad is so sensitive that like every single thing I do with my fingers, both on roll, pitch, yaw, and the throttle axis, everything I do shows up. So when I get it right, at least I can say, yeah, that's me, I flew great. But most of the time, I'm just getting it wrong, and it's like little hiccups here and there, like the quad will bob or this or that. So for me, warming up's a huge thing, getting into the groove is a huge thing, and yeah, these are some of the things I've done to kind of get better. It's a lot of practice, a lot of practice, mostly just practice. Those are the techniques I'm using so far. Again, to recap, it's like stance, right, or how I'm planted with my seating position. It's how I hold the radio and the whole pinch thing, and then how I set up my rates as well. The thing is, you should tune your own rates for your own flying. I'll go over rates some other day or something, because it's a very subjective thing. You know, the funny thing is, it's almost like the only thing you have to tune these days is your rates, really, and yourself as a pilot. So that's kind of where I'm focusing on. I haven't actually touched my quad's tune in like a year and a bit, because it's pretty good. But there's always room for improvement, and most of it's coming from me, really.